Hello everyone, we are Robin and Graham, and for the past 2 years we have had the incredible privilege of exploring this amazing world.
After countless flights, treks, and unexpected adventures, we created a list of our top 15 essential travel items.
Whether it's your first time going on a trip or you're a seasoned traveler, these are the items that we swear by, no matter what kind of journey you are planning.
Like we said, we are going to go through our top 15 travel essentials that we have brought with us on every single trip that we've done. Now, in no particular order, let's get started. So the first item that we are going to talk about is the Grail GeoPress water bottle. Now, mine is decked out with stickers, which I absolutely love, but this is the water bottle we take because there is a filter on the inside of it that not only filters, but also purifies the water. So Graham and I are able to fill it up with the tap water of whatever country that we're into, and once we push it through the filter, then it's good for us to drink. So it's a great money saver. It's also great environmentally because you're not buying as many plastic water bottles, but I'll show you guys how it works. So the water bottle comes in two different parts like this. This is the outside, so this is where that dirty water is going to go into. There's a little fill line inside here, and I would definitely follow that or you get water that goes absolutely everywhere. So once you fill this up with whatever your water source is, it doesn't have to be from the tap. It's also great for if you are on a hike. You can fill it up like by a river or something like that. If you are filling it up from a source that isn't a tap though, just make sure it's as clean as you possibly can get it so that there's not like rocks and other debris in it, because then you're going to clog your filter a lot faster. So once you do fill it up, you're going to stick this in here. It is pretty hard to actually get down. Like it's not terrible, but I have found that my method is I'll put this on the ground and then I'll kind of use my body weight to push it the rest of the way in. And then there you go. Then you can drink from this side here. So make sure that only clean water or filtered water is ever used on the inside, and you guys will be good to go.
So the second item that we always make sure we travel with is a portable charger. This one that I have is from the brand Tough Tested. I've only had it for one trip and it's been fantastic to me. The best feature about this portable charger is that the one side of it is a solar panel. So if you're hiking, you can put it on your backpack in the sun and it will actually charge the device, which then you can use in turn to charge your devices. Very handy. Another important feature that we want to make sure we have, especially with all of our tech gear that we bring, is a bunch of different ports. So this one's got 2 USB slots, a USB-C slot, and a micro USB, so it can charge anything from phones to GoPros to our drone, which is really important, especially when we're on long travel days. So this is a specific portable charger that I have, but really the important part is that you have a portable charger, because obviously it charges your device, and if your phone is dying and you're in the middle of a city that you don't know, it's really nice to have a little bit of extra juice to make sure you're able to book an Uber or find your way back to your accommodation. So these are really important to make sure you bring along and have come in handy definitely more than once for us.
Another travel item that we like to bring, but I wouldn't necessarily classify it as necessary, is noise canceling headphones. These are honestly such a game changer for travel days, whether you're on a bus or in a plane, but also if you're staying in a hostel or if you're in a noisier part of the city or wherever you are, it's really nice to have noise canceling headphones. You could also, if someone's snoring in your room, put them on. I've definitely used them to play some white noise to kind of drown out everything around me. So not necessary that you have them, but they are really handy to bring if you do happen to own them already.
One thing I will say is that Robin uses the ones that go over her head. I just use my AirPods and I love them. I just put on the noise cancellation feature and they've been great to me. So if you don't want a big bulky set of headphones, definitely check out some AirPods. The next item that we want to tell you guys about is just a standard headlamp. Now, there's a few reasons that you should bring one of these. One is if you're hiking or camping at any reason. Obviously, you're probably going to want a headlamp. We use it a lot on our hike to Machu Picchu. So another piece that's really important with a headlamp that a lot of people don't think about is actually having the red light feature on it. This is really popular in hostels or dormitories or anything like that where you might be having to leave at an early hour in the morning, but other people are sleeping around you. A red light makes it very easy to keep them asleep and doesn't make things too bright, but definitely helps you see.
It's a way for you to be a very nice hostel
Yes.
roommate, to not turn on the big bright light at 5 in the morning just because you have to go somewhere.
Yeah.
And it also allows you to be hands-free. So you can use your phone as a flashlight, but it's really hard to pack up your bag with that. So this one, having it strapped to your head, just allows you to kind of maneuver around the room with ease. The next item that we bring are our pack towels. Now that's the brand name that we use, but they're just quick drying microfiber towels. So instead of bringing a bulky bath towel with you on your travel adventure, these ones save a ton of space and they also absorb a lot of water. You just kind of have to dab instead of wipe, and I find that that makes them work the best. The size that we travel with is their beach size, so that we are able to lay down on it fully if we did want to do like a beach day or anything like that. That's probably my favorite size. They have a whole bunch of different size ranges. Of course, I bring their face towel one as well, so just pick whichever one you think works best for you.
Item number 6 on our list is less of a necessity, but more of a luxury item that we like to bring. It is a couple of travel-sized games. So of course we bring a deck of cards to keep ourselves entertained, but we also have this miniature-sized dominoes that we like to pack. It's great for long layovers or a night in the hotel or hostel that you're hanging out in. A little bit tough to play on a bus, but a great thing to do to kill some time.
We also like to bring with us a multi-plug as well as our travel adapters. So obviously you are going to need a travel adapter if you're going to a country that has different plugins than you, or you're going to get a very rude surprise when you get there and you're not able to charge anything that you brought. So these travel adapters are just, they have different ends depending on the country that you are going to. So the one that we bought, I think just off of Amazon, it gave us 6 different options. So we just do a little quick Google search before we're going to a country, see what their plugins look like, and make sure we are bringing the correct one. We like to bring a multi-plug for a couple of different reasons. One, Graham and I do bring a lot of tech stuff with us.
Yeah.
But I think even if we weren't making videos, I would still probably bring a multi-plug if we were planning on staying in places like a hostel or something. You may only have access to one plug, and if you have like your phone and your iPad, maybe you're bringing a camera, it's just nice to be able to have everything charging at the same time so you don't have to swap them out. But again, not really a travel necessity for everyone, but we do find it really useful. And I would say if you're bringing 2 or more items, then definitely look into a multi-plug as an option.
Our next item that we highly recommend that you bring, and one that we make sure we pack on every single trip we go on, is a rain cover. So we've got rain covers for both our day packs and our actual backpacks, because you never know when you're going to get caught in a rainstorm, and these things are fantastic to keep all of your valuables dry.
The next item that we like to bring is kind of a 2-in-1 package, I would say. We bring some kind of reusable Tupperware. Now we have stash bags, and I really love these for snacks, but I think I would probably try to get one that has a rectangle square top that like pops down. That's a little bit more reflective of an actual Tupperware, that makes it easier to eat out of.
Yep.
Because although these work great, eating it is like eating out of a bag, and it's just a little hard to eat my main meal in it. But it's great for if you are doing any kind of cooking in the country that you're in, so that you can save your leftovers. Maybe it's in the hostel or an Airbnb or something like that. Or maybe you're out at a restaurant and you don't eat all your food, but you want to bring the leftovers home with you. It's a great environmental way so that you're not getting takeout containers all the time. So really look into something like this, but I would check out the different options of reusable Tupperware and see which one works best for you. So what we've paired them with, of course, is some reusable utensils that we're going to bring there as well. There's no point in bringing Tupperware if you're not bringing something you can eat your food with. So we always bring like a fork and a spoon, or I guess if you wanted to save even more space, you could bring a spork. But especially in Europe, these came in handy on more than one occasion.
So our next item, a little bit controversial, gonna be honest. Some people love them, like ourselves. Some people don't like them, but it is packing cubes. A great thing about packing cubes is that they are great organizational tools. You can pack these very full, and you can just pile them or stack them up in your bags very neatly, and it keeps everything separate. So if you've got a laundry one, all of your stinky clothes can go away from your clean things, and it just keeps everything neat and tidy in your bag.
Especially if you have a backpack like myself
Yes.
that I like to use, which is the Fairview 40, and it's just one open pocket that I put absolutely everything into. And if I'm living out of that bag, I don't want to have to take absolutely everything out to find the one shirt or the one pair of pants that I'm looking for. If I have them organized in packing cubes, it's way easier to quickly slip out the packing cube, find the one that I need, and then look in the smaller one for the t-shirt or the pair of pants that I'm missing.
Yeah. And with packing cubes, there's a few that have different features to them. So some of them are double-sided like this, which is fantastic for like a dirty and a clean side. Some of them only open 3/4 of the way or halfway like the Osprey ones. And then some of them open fully like the Cotopaxi ones. So just different things to consider when you are looking at getting yourself your own set of packing cubes.
Another one of our travel essentials that we bring on every single trip is locks. Now we use these locks for a couple different reasons. We'll use them to lock up our actual travel backpacks or our day backpacks. We also use them to lock up our stuff in lockers, whether it's in a hostel, which is typically what we use it for, or if we're storing them somewhere for the day and going out and exploring and then picking them up later, then these locks will also come in handy.
Yep.
Now, there's two different kinds. The first one is just kind of the standard lock. This one is really great if you were to put it on like your suitcase or your travel backpack because it is a little bit stiffer. The one that I would highly recommend over that one is one of these cable ones. So this loose cable here allows you to thread the lock through pretty much any kind of locker.
Yeah.
I find that sometimes it's hard to get this through some of the hostel lockers that we've had to put our stuff in, but the flexibility of the cord is really nice and it makes locking up your stuff super easy. So get the cord one first if you can, but these ones work just as well too. Now the last thing to consider with your locks is if you are going to be using them when you're going through an airport, they need to have this little red symbol there. Off the top of my head, I don't actually know what it means, but I do know that if your lock doesn't have the symbol, they will cut the locks off of your bag. So make sure it is one of the travel locks and you shouldn't have any problems.
I think what the red dot means or the red logo means is just that it's TSA approved.
Yes, that's what it is.
The next item that we typically like to travel with is a travel pillow. Robin usually brings hers. I'm going to be honest, I don't usually bring mine. But they pack up very, very small and are a great item to have if you are sleeping on an airport floor or you're on a bus or a long train ride. These are definitely just luxury items that don't take up much space in your bag, but definitely can make a serious impact for you.
I would say it's something where I kind of grumble as I have to pack it and bring it with me everywhere, but when I use it, I am so incredibly thankful that I have it for just like a little bit of extra comfort. I have slept on many floors with this pillow and it just gets me maybe like a little bit extra sleep. However, if you don't want to bring a pillow, you can also just like lay on your sweater or something like that. Make a pillow of whatever stuff that you have with you, which is what Graham typically does. So the next item that I'm going to talk about kind of encompasses a couple different ones, but the overall theme is that is going to save you liquid space, which is going to be essential if you are traveling carry-on size only. So what I always bring with me is a bar shampoo and conditioner. These are just the travel cases that I put them in, but they look something like this. Instead of bringing your liquid shampoo and conditioner, this is what I use. Now, something I always pair with it, well, I didn't on my first trip, but I found that when I would keep my shampoo and conditioner in these cases, the water would just sit inside and it would just disintegrate them so fast. I went through them so fast. So I started bringing one of these like sponges. So it's super easy to pack in my bag and it absorbs the water really, really well. So once I finish in the shower, if I'm in a hostel or a hotel or an Airbnb, wherever I am, I'll just let these sit on the sponge as long as I can to dry them out before I put them back in their case. Something else that can save you liquid space, although I don't really know anyone who brings this in its liquid form, is pocket laundry soap. So these are actually really fun to do a little bit of sink laundry, especially if you were on a budget like we were when we were traveling Europe. They're just little thin strips of laundry soap that you can kind of break up, mix it with some water in the sink, and do a little bit of sink laundry. We don't really use these if we are going to a laundromat, as they typically either have laundry soap that automatically goes in there or stuff that you can buy. You would probably need quite a few of these strips to go in an actual laundry machine, but these work really well if you just need to do a little bit of sink laundry for maybe your bras, underwear, socks, something like that, just to get you through to when you're doing laundry next.
The next item that we always bring with us, Robin typically carries it, but it is a fanny pack. We put Robin's phone, my phone, our wallets, some of our extra cash.
Our portable charger.
There you go. And when we're on travel days, typically our passports to keep everything nice and safe and on our bodies. We find that a fanny pack actually works a little bit better than the standard money belt that lots of people typically bring. The wardrobes that we typically wear, and since Robin's carrying it if she's wearing a tight tank top or anything, having this under a shirt just kind of looks bulky and almost makes us a little bit more of a target because it's pretty clear what's under our shirt and a money belt. But also when you're making a purchase, then you have to lift up your shirt and grab all of your cash, which again just makes for a little bit of an awkward situation. So we have gone to the fanny pack, and I can tell you that this has been an absolute dream.
Our last and final travel essential item is again more of a luxury and kind of tailored for a specific person, but that is a Kindle. Now, if you've seen our packing videos before, I have talked about this a lot because I'm a person who really likes to read, and when we're on trips, there is a ton of downtime on travel days, or if we're just taking a relaxed day at our hotel or at the pool or at a beach or something like that, then I like to be able to read. Now, actual physical books are one, heavy and bulky, and then when you finish them, if you want to take them home with you, then you have to just carry it the rest of the time, or you have to leave your book there, which isn't super ideal if you really liked it. So the Kindle is a great weight saver. You can bring an unlimited amount of books and it never changes its size, and it doesn't get any heavier.
If you don't want to bring a Kindle, but you've got yourself an iPad like myself, I actually downloaded the Kindle app onto my iPad, and so while Robin is reading on her Kindle, I'm either watching Netflix, to be honest, or reading a book on my Kindle app. So those are the 15 key essentials that we pack on just about every trip. We hope you guys learned a little bit, and make sure that you're packing the correct things for your next adventure.
If you guys have any travel essentials that you bring that we miss, make sure you leave them down in the comments below. We would love to hear them. But thank you guys so much for watching this video, and we'll see you in the next one. Bye-bye! It keeps going blurry. Woo! Wait, sorry, I want to drink my Coke for a sec. Okay, go. But also just if you are in a... Whoa, forgot I was shot.
Our next item.
They kind of still smell like Peru.
Oh, how do I transfer from...
So, here we go.
So, here we go.